All right, what is up, everybody? We are back with another edition of Everyday Hoops. Hope you guys are having a good one. Today, doing hopefully a fun video here today. I'm going to be giving every NBA team's worst jersey in franchise history. Jerseys obviously are a big thing. We all love jerseys, all that stuff. I collect, well, not anymore really, but I have a big collection of jerseys, NBA jerseys. I love jerseys a lot. And I'm going to be giving every NBA team's worst jersey in their entire franchise's history. This is my personal opinion of every team's worst jersey. So if you have a different opinion, that's all right. Fashion, all that stuff, it's subjective. You know, everybody has their own things they like, dislike, all that stuff. I'm going to be giving my personal bid for every team's worst jersey here in today's video. Thank you guys for the views on the videos and the shorts recently. I really appreciate it. If you do like the content around here, consider subscribing, like, turn on notifications, do all stuff like that. I'd really appreciate it. Really helps out a lot. Join the membership. If you want to learn more about the membership, there's a video on my channel explaining all of it. You can go back and watch that. Link to my Twitter, TikTok, stuff like that in the description down below. And yeah, don't waste any more of your time. Let's get right into it. So we are starting with the Atlanta Hawks. So the Hawks going with the 1970s alternate jersey. Just not really the neon green, like the colorway. I don't know. It's like I don't mind it, but also I don't like it. I don't really know. It's kind of weird to me. I just don't like it as much. Now, they use this jersey format for the 70s with their white and their blue jersey, and I think those are really nice. But the green one, I don't know, it just doesn't really hit the same to me personally. The green with the blue and white stripe. Again, the colorway and stuff, I don't mind the attempt, especially back in the 70s where a lot of things were like, at this point, not a lot of jerseys were popping like this. But I don't know, I just don't really like it. They also did try to make it a throwback jersey back in 2004. They tried to do it and it didn't really hit the same either. Shout out, I'm on a site called basketballjerseyarchive.com. That's where I got all these jerseys, where it literally shows every NBA team's jersey in NBA history each year, everything. So shout out to that website for helping me do this. And yeah, for the Hawks, I gotta go with this jersey. For the Celtics, it's these jerseys, 2020, 2021 city jerseys. Tried to make them look like the banners in the arena, how like the championship banners, how they have. They just look like G League jersey. Like I remember when these came out, everyone was like, "Are these like practice jerseys, G League jerseys? What are we doing?" Just like nothing. It's bland. It's just nothing. It just says Boston Celtics on it. Like literally, I can make that jersey right now if I wanted to, you know. But that's the Celtics also have not really had. They've been a super traditional team where they don't really have a lot of jerseys that just pop like that. But these ones are definitely the worst of them. For the Nets, going with these 2013 Christmas jerseys. Christmas jerseys are either really big hits or really big misses. And this one is a big miss for the Nets. Literally, this is the only picture I really could find that of a good picture of these Nets jerseys. Just nothing really going with it. It's just a plain black jersey with some white outlines. I'm a spoil now. This is not the last Christmas jersey. You're gonna see a couple more Christmas jerseys a little bit later. But these Nets one, yeah, just nothing. Again, just like a nothing jersey that they use once, and gladly they used once, or thankfully they used once, because these ones are not good. Next, for the Charlotte Hornets, going back to the Charlotte Bobcats days with these Racing Day jerseys they used for a couple years. I want to say 2 years. Just not really a big fan. I mean, the Bobcats in general, just their colorway and jerseys, we're not really a big fan of the orange and whatever blue this is. Just in general, that colorway and jerseys were bad, and the franchise was bad. But these ones, I just don't. I get the idea behind it, and I won't be surprised if a lot of people do like this jersey because it was a little different. They have the racing stripes on the side, but it just doesn't really hit for me personally. I just not really a big fan of the racing jersey for the Bobcats. But honestly, you can give me any Bobcat jersey, and I'll say yeah, it's pretty bad. For the Bulls, going with their 2019-2020 city jerseys, these baby blue jersey, which is very rare because I say a lot. It's very, very, very rare. Like a powder blue jersey, you can't really go wrong with. And basketball and baseball, football, baby blue jerseys, usually you can't really go wrong with them. But you always have exceptions to everything, and this was the exception. This blue jersey, not really a fan of it. I think this is, this either the year before, or the year after they came off. They had another jersey that tried to have the Chicago flag in it with the blue, which I liked more. But these ones just didn't. They were bad. Honestly, I don't remember. This was like 4 years ago. But honestly, I probably was a fan of these at the time, but looking back at them now, I'm kind of just like, these are not good, which is rare because the Bulls don't really miss a lot with their jerseys. I almost also for the Bulls, I almost put in this year's City jersey for them because I did not like this year's City jersey either. You can probably go back. I did a video ranking City jerseys right before the season started and talked a lot about them, but I was not a big fan of this year's City jerseys. But these ones were worse to me, in my opinion. For the Cavaliers, we're going back, way, way back. This is actually the first one we're doing that are just normal jerseys for the Cavs. These were the Cavs just regular jerseys in the early 1980s. I think 1980 to 1983, I want to say is what they said these jerseys were. But yeah, I don't really like these jerseys. The beige, whatever I guess you would call it, color doesn't really hit the lines underneath. I don't really like a lot either. I don't know. It just looks like a really, I don't know if I want to say basic or just off. Like it feels like something's off. I feel like those lines maybe should be in a different place or should look differently than what they actually do look like. I don't know. The colorway is just like, it's not horrible, but it's just like, okay, whatever. Because I mean, that's where the Cavs colors when they first came in was the wine and gold or kind of beige at this point, not even like gold. I just don't really like these jerseys, and they have not redone them, even though the Cavs have done a lot of redone throwback jerseys. Thankfully, they have not redone these. For the Dallas Mavericks, I don't think that's really much of a debate. It's these ones. They wore these for 1 year, 2003, 2004, alternate jerseys, these trash bag aluminum foil jerseys. I just don't really know where they came from. I mean, literally, look at the picture to the left. It looks gold. It looks gold because of like how the lighting is. They read like they just don't look good. I like the silver. Like they couldn't have picked a different silver. They couldn't have picked like a brighter more natural silver. They had to pick aluminum. Literally, these are aluminum foil. This is what aluminum foil is in a jersey. Like, I don't understand what they did. Thankfully, it was only 1 year of this, but honestly, I would put a bid in that these are some of the worst of all time. Not even just Mavericks history, NBA history. I would put my bid in that these are some of the worst of all time. For the Nuggets, going with more Christmas jerseys, 2012, 2013 Christmas Day jerseys. These ones just again are just kind of plain, just kind of bland. It's just dark blue or like really navy blue with yellow outline. That's really it. No design, no logo, no anything. Just straight up these jerseys. Just not really much. You'll see doing this video a lot of these jerseys. I just don't like them because they're just kind of like plain. There's just like nothing really going on, nothing really exciting. It's just like okay, that's a jersey. Like there's not really much going on here. And these Nuggets jerseys, even the Nuggets have had a lot of great jerseys in their span. The Nuggets are on a pretty good run of jerseys. These ones did not make it. For the Pistons, going with these, the Motor City sleeved jerseys. They wore these for a couple years in like 2014 to 2017, I want to say, around those years. Not really a big fan of these jerseys. Just the colors, just whatever. The long sleeve. The long sleeve jerseys either really hit or really miss. It seems like there's not really too much in between. It's either I like it a lot or I hate it a lot. And these ones I did not like. I don't like the neck either. The kind of V, like I forgot what you call that type of neck on the jersey, but I'm not really a big fan of it either. It's just kind of just plain as well, but also it's just those sleeve ones did not really do good, and makes it worse that the Pistons were bad in these jerseys too. For the Warriors, I'm going with these. They're alternates they wore. I think this is between 2006, 2010, I want to say, or like the late 2000s jerseys, the orange alternates. Just don't really like. I've noticed here as well. This is not going to be the last orange jersey to step up. Even with the Bobcats, I almost chose their orange jersey. I don't know, something about orange jerseys. I guess I don't really like. That's weird. I never really noticed that, but I guess I don't like orange jerseys. But I don't. I don't like these. They just kind of look really. I don't know, weird. Like the all orange and but the text as well, the Warrior text in big doesn't really look that good to me either. And honestly, I'll let you guys in as well. Like as a kid, when I first started getting into the NBA and first started watching the NBA and stuff, I wasn't really a big fan of this era of the Warriors, like how they looked, like before they switched to the nowadays orange and not orange, yellow and blue, like the gold and blue, the orange, dark blue, yellow. I actually was not really a big fan as a kid. I hated it, kind of. Now I've kind of looked back and I'm like, okay, those aren't bad, but these orange jerseys just didn't really hit for me. For the Rockets, we are going with 2013 Christmas Day jersey. I think it's the third Christmas jersey, and actually all of the same from that year, which is interesting. But these Rockets jerseys, I never even honestly don't even remember these jerseys. And then I was looking at all the Rockets jerseys, and I saw this one. I was like, oh yeah, this definitely has to be the worst. Just again, just not really much. Just all silver with the red outline. Just looks really tacky to me. Just looks really tacky. Looks really bland and plain. And when you think of the Rockets, I would assume the Rockets would have had like red jerseys. Why silver? I don't think the Rockets have ever had silver. Well, they actually did have the long sleeve silver jerseys around this era, which I actually liked. But these silver jerseys just they just look kind of just like blah. Next to Indiana Pacers. The Pacers are actually one of the toughest teams, so that may be the toughest team to do because I honestly genuinely really like a lot of the Pacers jerseys. Like their colorway, it just feels like is one of those colorways where you can't really miss a whole lot with the bright orange and I'm sorry, why do I keep saying orange when I mean to say yellow? I don't know why I'm doing that. Yellow and blue, even the hickory jerseys they use with the like the wine and gold Cav like jerseys. I actually like those as well. But these ones I'm gonna pick early 1980s. These are like super niche. This is me literally just grasping for straws trying to find something. But these are the early 1980s Pacers when they like were first coming over to the NBA from the ABA type jerseys. Just because they look like a college team. They don't really look like you can say this is the University of Indiana's jerseys. That'll be like, oh yeah, that makes sense. You know, like these just look super plain, no design, nothing really, no even logo, just straight up Indiana 3. Straight up simple, nothing to it. For the LA Clippers, going with another kind of normal jersey. This is their alternate jersey they used for 2 years, I think 2016 and 2017, right before Nike came in and rebranded the NBA. These alternate Clippers jerseys, what not really a big fan of them. Honestly, the Clippers jerseys in general around this time, right before Nike came, I kind of didn't really like them a whole lot. But these ones I didn't really like. The red, I don't know, just the logo and the number next to it just kind of look off to me. Like maybe if the logo was above it and then the number on the side, like a little bit more down, like they usually do when they have logos on jerseys, it probably might have looked a little bit better, maybe. But I don't really know. These just didn't really hit. I know these were kind of like jerseys they use a lot. I want to say. I think they do because I remember these jerseys well. But I just not really my cup of tea. These jerseys. For the Lakers, going with this year's city jerseys for the Lakers. Just wasn't really a big fan when they came out. Never really grew on me. The weird arching of the Los Angeles just doesn't really hit in the Lakers. I just think they try to make it like the Hollywood sign, I want to say, or something like that. But it just didn't really catch on. I mean, it's black jersey, purple, so it's not horrible, but it's just like, whatever. Like I wouldn't take these jerseys. And it's interesting because the Lakers actually have had a lot of really good jerseys that I've liked. Even the past couple years, not a lot of people have been big fans of their city jerseys, but I actually have liked them in a way. But these ones were the ones where I was like, all right, yeah, no, I don't want these ones. Next, we're going to the Grizzlies. The Grizzlies also are one of those teams that I think this was very, very hard because I genuinely like a lot of their jerseys. Even the past, like maybe 3, 4 years, their city jerseys have been absolutely some of the best in the league. Whoever their designer is has been killing it the last few years. Even, of course, the Vancouver Grizzlies jerseys are iconic as well. And so I found these ones. I honestly forgot these ones existed. They used them for 1 year. I think this was 2018, 2019. I want to say, like at the end of the Mike Conley, Marc Gasol era, they have these jerseys, these gray and neon yellow jerseys. I guess they're just whatever. Like again, I don't even remember these jerseys even existing, but I guess they do. They just look kind of like the yellow kind of just throws it off. Like if it was just like a dark blue or something like that, then it probably would have been fine. But the yellow just makes it look kind of weird. I don't know. The Miami Heat, I'm going with this year's city jerseys. The Heat culture jerseys just did not hit for me at all. Which is, again, Miami is another one of those teams where their jerseys 98% of the time they're gonna hit. I mean the Vice City, the blue and pink, those jerseys were fire. Even like the LeBron days when they had the all black, the all white jerseys, like those are fire. Like the Heat, if you have red and black as a colorway, there's a 99% chance you're gonna have good jerseys. Like red and black is just such an easy colorway to have that you can throw that basically almost on anything, and I feel like it would look good. But there's exceptions, and this is the exception. The Heat culture jersey just wasn't really a big fan of it. Just kind of looked weird. The Heat and then having the culture from it. I don't know. It didn't really hit for me. I don't know how a lot of other people feel, But to me, the Heat Culture one just didn't really work for me. For the Milwaukee Bucks, once again, I'm going with this year's City jersey, the third time. And spoiler alert, this will not be the last this year jersey that is on this list for the worst. This Bucks jersey, honestly, I don't remember exactly how I felt at first. You can go back and watch that video of me ranking the City jerseys. But honestly, at first, I wouldn't be surprised if I actually didn't mind these jerseys. I didn't love them. But honestly, at first, I probably was like, okay, these are fine. These are all right. And then the more and more I saw them on the court, the more and more I was like, okay, wait a minute. Nope, these suck, actually. Just the honestly, the Bucks have been incorporating the blue the last couple years with the Rivers and stuff, which I haven't minded their blue jerseys. But this one just did not hit the white like glitter type look it had on the court. I just didn't really hit as much as I thought it was gonna hit. I don't know. I thought this was gonna be one of those jerseys that could have grown on people, but like it grew less and less and less on me. Every time I saw them, I was like, okay, these suck more and more every time I see them, man. Now the Minnesota Timberwolves, there was no question. As soon as I thought of the Timberwolves, these jerseys came to mind because I absolutely hate, like honestly, this jersey might be my most hated jersey in the NBA. This is last year's 2023's City, I think City jersey. I hate these jerseys so much, man. It just looks so awkward and weird. Like the all white and then the colors on the top just they don't match for me. They don't match. They look really clanky and weird and they actually used them a lot, which is also a big reason as to why I hate them even more. Because if they wore 'em maybe one a little once in a while, then it'd be like, all right, those suck, but at least they know. No, they wore these a lot. I feel like I remember every other night they would wear these jerseys and I absolutely actually hate these jerseys. Like every time I saw them on, I was like, oh, here we go again. Like I do not like these jerseys. Now the Timberwolves have gotten a whole lot better this year. I think they went for like 5 for 5 for this year's jerseys were absolutely elite. Their city, their throwback, like all the jerseys are elite. But these ones, absolutely terrible. I never want to see anything like this again. For the Pelicans, is Well, for the Pelicans, it's actually this year's Crescent City jerseys. They're alternate. Were these city jerseys? They might have been city jerseys. I don't remember 100%. But I did not like the Crescent City jerseys. Like the red jersey, honestly, they've had red jerseys before and they've been fine. But I don't know, something about this year, the Crescent City, the wording of it just felt kind of weird. I don't know why. Maybe it was just me, but this red felt different than the other reds they had. Like this felt more like a brighter, different red. I don't know. I just wasn't really a big fan. Pelicans has been tough because the Pelicans actually have had some nice jerseys. The Mardi Gras, like the city jerseys they've had the past couple years have been nice. I honestly feel like they need to tune back in more to the Mardi Gras jerseys, even before they had this colorway. Like back when like the early 2010 when they first became the Pelicans, they had like the purple and green and yellow. They had some jerseys that I don't even remember them having. I was like, oh, those are fire. Like I feel like they probably need to tap more back into the Mardi Gras jerseys and those style. But the Crescent City ones, I just wasn't a big fan of them. I'm sure a lot of people probably liked them. I didn't. For the Knicks, going with their city jersey they used 2018, well, it was 2019 and 2020. They used them for 2 years when the Nike first started doing their thing. And I don't really like these jerseys. It's tough to not like a Knicks jersey because the Knicks are such like a staple, and those jerseys are just like so traditional and iconic that it's really, really hard to pick a Knicks jersey that is bad. But I went with these ones. Honestly, literally right before I just started doing this voiceover, when I was looking at the jersey on the side, I just realized it was like buildings and stuff. I didn't know what I thought it was just lines that were just look different, but the sides are actually like buildings, which I didn't even notice. Which I guess the idea is cool, but I don't know. They just look tacky to me. That's really what it just looks. The lines and stuff, they look just tacky and weird. For OKC, going with another Christmas jersey has made an appearance on the list. 2013 again, Christmas jersey. I just didn't really the Thunder. This was another one that was really really hard to kind of pick because the Thunder usually have pretty solid jerseys, but these ones didn't really like them as much as a lot of others. I don't think these are that horrible compared to some other jerseys on the list. Like honestly, I would probably prefer this jersey over almost maybe every other jersey that we've seen so far in the video. But just because I have to pick a worse one, I feel like I went with this one. This one didn't really hit as much as a lot of others. Just again, just plain all blue with just the orange outline. Like it's just not. It's just kind of like okay, it's there. It's really just like a bland, boring jersey. For the Magic, going with these, whatever these are, it's Stars jersey they used for 1 year in 2017. Honestly, I never knew these jerseys existed. I literally was looking through the Magic and I was like, which one am I gonna pick? And then I saw these and I was like, what the heck are these? So I had to do research and I found these jerseys they used in 2017. This star, I forgot what I think it's called, the 4 stars or something jersey. I literally did not know these even existed because who was watching the Magic at this point? These are pretty bad. I mean, again, just random, just plain black, and then there's just the side stripe with like the logo, and then the stripe in the middle. Like I don't really know what they're going for here, but the Magic usually have pretty nice jerseys. Like the Magic nowadays, I feel like their jerseys are some of the best in the league. The early 2000s, the Trace McGrady, the Magic with the star for the A, those are literally some of my favorite jerseys of all time. The pinstripe Shaq and Penny Magic jerseys are again also one of my favorite jerseys ever. The Magic usually hit with their jerseys, but these ones, again, these are so bad I didn't even know they existed. For the 76ers, going with these 2019 and 2020 Classic Edition jerseys used for 1 year. These are just not that good. Just like the all white, the logo, the Sixer, the 70 on top of the Sixers really just makes it look weird. If it was just Sixers on it, then it wouldn't have been bad. But just the 70 on top just looks really, really awkward. Honestly, I was either between this one and then their jersey they used 2023, their City of Brotherly Love, the white City Brotherly Love jerseys. Those ones also were pretty bad. I don't know, the Sixers jerseys, honestly, in the last couple of years, the City editions have not really hit the same. Like they kind of been just kind of mid, not really much. Hopefully, there's been rumors that they're bringing back potentially the old black 2000s Iverson Days jerseys, which they absolutely need to. I don't know. I have no idea in the world why they have not even redone those jerseys because those are amazing. I literally have that jersey sitting right behind me, like that Iverson white and black, like those are absolutely amazing. So they need to bring those back. Absolutely need to. For the Sun, for the Suns, going with these jerseys, they use these. These are their alternates from 2006 to 2010 specifically, I think, or was this 2004, 2006? In the early mid 2000s, they used these alternate jerseys. Just wasn't really a big fan. Honestly, the Suns jerseys in general at this time, I wasn't really a big fan of. The gray on the side just kind of looked weird to me. Like if these were just all orange, they would have been fine. But I don't know. The gray on the side just didn't really hit, and these ones did not really hit for me. The orange again, funny an orange jersey as I'm listening, which is weird. Like orange jerseys, I just don't like apparently. But the gray on the side, and then even the wording, the PHX, the big PHX that literally is going into the white line, just doesn't really. I don't really like it a whole lot. Yeah, it just I don't know, this era for the Suns, their play was good, but the jerseys not too much. For the Blazers, going with these, their alternate jerseys they used for 2 years before Nike came. I think 2016 and 2017 they used these as an alternate red. They changed it up. They had original red jersey, but then they changed it to these ones. Don't really like them. Again, Portland is another one of those teams that was really really hard to do because right again, red and black. If you have a red and black colorway, 99% of the time you're gonna have a good or at least a decent enough jersey that won't be bad because those colors are just so easy to make something out of. But these ones, honestly, I don't even like hate these jerseys. They just kind of look awkward compared to a lot of the other Blazer jerseys, kind of similar to OKC, where it's like these are probably some of the best on this certain list, but it just that I had to pick a worse one. I went with these ones. Sac- Sacramento Kings. These jerseys are pretty bad. They use these for a couple years from 2005 to 2007. Alternate these gold jerseys. A lot of people think these are some of the worst jerseys of all time, and I would agree. They just the idea behind it. I don't. I like the execution. Not good. The gold. I don't know gold jersey, especially at this era in the NBA, where like the jerseys looked really baggy and really like shiny. Like it didn't. Maybe if they would have done this a little bit later, maybe it could have worked. But this era just it didn't really look good with this jersey. Like the gold, I don't know, gold jerseys are just not really good to me. And yeah, these ones did not hit. This picture honestly looks better than a lot of other pictures. If you look at a lot of other pictures, they look bad. But this picture actually doesn't look horrible, but they were not good. San Antonio Spurs next. Spurs are very similar, kind of like the Boston Celtics, and a little bit like the Knicks, where they're super so traditional jerseys that they don't really expand and go really over the top or do anything crazy. Like just recently, the last like 5 years, they've been starting to do some crazy things. Which I've actually really been a fan of their the teal and pink jerseys. Even last year's City jerseys, honestly, wasn't a I liked a lot too. But these ones, if I had to pick a worse one, it's these, the Hoops for Troops, the camouflage, this long sleeve one specifically. The short sleeve jersey for 1 year was cool, but then they started to incorporate this one for like 2 or 3 years, and it just doesn't really hit the camouflage jersey. The idea behind it is fine, and maybe if you do it once, it's cool. But the Spurs did it for a little while, and it lost its it lost its touch. And right behind it were these another camouflage jersey. The Raptors did this for 1 year in 2015. Again, the Raptors, the camouflage doesn't really work, especially the long sleeve. And this was a dark camouflage too. Just looks don't really like the look of it, which is tough because again, the Raptors have a jersey, a colorway where red and black. Usually they're good, and of course the Raptor jersey in the early like the paint, the purples are just those are iconic. But these ones don't. These ones are not good. Utah Jazz, not really hard to pick. Their their last 2 years, the rebrand jerseys. Any of these three jerseys, the black, the neon Mountain Dew yellow, and the white, just why? Like I don't understand why this is the rebrand. Literally, these are AAU jerseys. These are AAU jerseys. I can start an AAU team right now and grab these jerseys and make them. Like this is I don't understand why this was the rebrand and what made them think it was good. But apparently it's not good because it's only been 2 years and they've already rebranded again this year. They've rebranded again this year to go to like purple and white again. Like that's how bad this was. Like literally they rebranded. It lasted 2 years and they're like, okay, well we got to change it back up again because everybody hates these jerseys. Like I don't. It's just it's bad. It's bad. They was really bad. Thank God they rebranded again because these jerseys were absolutely terrible. And I finally the Washington Wizards. Now this one might be a controversial one, but personally I do not like the gold jersey. They use these gold alternates in the early 2000s. Just not really a big fan of it. Honestly, because it's gold. Like out of the gold jersey at this era, which just did not look good. If these were any other color, they probably would be nice. But to me personally, I just don't know. I mean, I like the stars and stuff, but the gold just doesn't really look that good. I just personally, it might be controversial because a lot of when I was doing the research and finding these jerseys, a lot of people wanted these jerseys to come back and stuff, which I understand. But personally, for me, again, these are all my personal opinions. I just not really a big fan of this jersey. I also honestly could have put their nowadays jerseys, just like what I did with the Jazz. Like their nowadays jerseys, they're just regular jerseys. They're just so plain. Like I think the Wizards are in store for a rebuild. I mean a rebrand. I'm sorry. Well, they are rebuilding. The Wizards right now are the team that they need to rebrand the most in the NBA. I feel like right now, like they've had the same jerseys for the past like 10 years, maybe even more. The same colorway, the same basically jersey, just different logos and stuff. They have to rebrand. I personally feel like, and this is just my like thinking. Every time you get into a new era, I feel like every time a team rebuilds and starts over a new era, they should change their jerseys as well. Just like what the Jazz did. The Jazz traded Donovan and Rudy, and they're like, all right, let's rebrand. It didn't go well, but at least they rebranded. The Nets, I think, might currently be in a rebrand right now, which the Nets are another team that really need to rebrand. But I feel the Wizards are the next team. They need to rebrand. They need to get a new colorway, get some new jerseys, and get some more life. Because right now, honestly makes sense. They're the Wizards, the red, white, and blue in Washington D.C. makes sense. But let's change it up a little bit. Let's start getting some new stuff in there, Washington. But yeah, it's gonna be it for today. Hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know down in the comments below what you think are the best, worst jerseys. If you want to see me do a best jerseys, because I happily will do a best jerseys in each team history, let me know in the comments below. Once again, if you do like the content, consider subscribing, turn on notifications, do all stuff like that. I'd really appreciate it. It really helps out a lot. And yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow.